Good morning, everyone. David McCoy here, Commonwealth Commercial / Ochimo Properties. And I'm continuing my series on frequently asked questions about commercial real estate. Today we're going to talk about build to suit. If you've been looking through some listings and maybe on the internet, kind of looking through things, and you see the term build to suit, or most often you probably see the initials capital B, capital T, capital S. That's what that stands for. BTS stands for build to suit. Build to suit is a term which pretty much means what it sounds like it means. It means that the owner or landlord would be willing to build this to suit the tenant or buyer. It can be a tenant. Sometimes you will have a landlord who maybe has just a lot, but that lot is already zoned and it has all of the utilities and all of the infrastructure already to the lot. And he's willing to build a building for a tenant, and it would be a lease, and they would build it out to your specifications. Now, I think it probably makes sense that if they were to do that, if it was a lease and they did a build to suit, it would normally be a very long-term lease. I mean, it would more than likely be 10 or 20 years. It's possible it could be 5, but I think that the expense of that, especially for a tenant where it's specifically for them, probably it would almost always be much longer term. But they can also do that to sell. So a build to suit to sell would sort of the same idea. They would build a building to your specifications, more or less. Sometimes they have to be within zoning laws, and maybe if it's in a business park, they may have a certain requirements in terms of the appearance, but overall they would be building it to your specifications. And so that's what build to suit means. And normally when I think of build to suit, I usually do think of new construction, basically building from the ground up. But that term is also used, and I don't think it's wrong, but you may also have a situation where you have shell space, which is something I've talked about before. Basically, there's a roof and there's some exterior walls, but inside it may not even have the floors poured, and it doesn't have drywall and maybe no electrical or anything. It's just a shell. And then they would build out the interior of that to your specifications. And so that might also be called build to suit. It can be really any kind of property. It can be office or retail or industrial. Really any of those would work. Sometimes you'll even hear people say it when they're building out an office or retail that's in a white box condition. I mentioned white box in a previous video. It's a little bit further along than shell space. You have maybe drywall, ceilings, and floors in. But inside that, if it's just basically wide open space, they would build that out to your specifications. And that is also sometimes called build to suit. It's maybe not quite as pure a definition, I guess, but it's commonly said. So it's not uncommon to hear that. And so with that in mind, like the other terms, I think, when you see that, it gives you a good idea what they're talking about, but not specifically what they're talking about. So as I've said many times with the other issues, these are questions you have to bring up. You need to know exactly what people are talking about. When you have a build to suit, it may not have a price on there, and that's because until they know what you want, they may not know what it is. Or if it does have a price on there, sometimes there's a building allowance. There's a budget that he has that will cover sort of a basic build out. And that's not to say that you can't do more than that, but if it were more than that, then that would be something he would want to negotiate with you to make sure that above that cost, that would be your expense. So again, it can be a very good very good option for people. If you're just not finding what you need, or maybe you have very specific kind of unique needs, you may need something that is specifically to your specifications. And, obviously, if you can get that done, that could be a really good thing. It does tend to be probably a little bit more of an expensive option. But at the same time, you're getting things specifically to suit you. So I think that there's value to that, and so that extra amount that you would spend to get that may very well be worth it for your business. So anyway, that's really it for today. Build to suit, BTS. If you see that when you're looking at properties, that's what that term means. So if you have questions about this video, please let me know. You can shoot me an email or leave a comment below. If you have a topic you would like covered about commercial real estate, or a question you have, let me know. If I can help you in any way, please contact me. And so I want to thank you very much for watching. I've had a few views and a few subscribers sign on, which has been great, and gotten some good feedback so far. So please, if this video, if you liked it, please click like. If you think someone else could benefit from it, please share. And if you like this channel and want to see more of it, please subscribe. So I hope everybody has a terrific day today, and I hope to see you next time. And everybody, take care. See you next time. Bye.